Hello everyone and welcome back to Crypto Atlas. In this video, I'm going to give you a very brief recap of the key points that happen in the SafeMoon AMA live stream so I can help save you guys a bunch of time and also give my thoughts and opinions on that. And I do cover a lot of other cryptocurrencies on this channel, guys, so if you are new to the channel, please do not forget to hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up like button, it's greatly appreciated if you do, and click the bell icon so you know whenever we got a new video. Alright, so one of the things that I want to go ahead and point out is that if we go ahead and zoom out here just a little bit, you can actually see on the chart going on for SafeMoon that it had I'm on the 10-minute chart right now. It had quite a bit of a dip that actually took place right here. You can see that started to really fall down. I made a video yesterday of what my price prediction or my price forecast is, or was technically. And I was talking about the fact that we formed this double top pattern. It was suggesting that we could actually see a bit more of a bearish trend pattern formation. And more of a short-term perspective. Long-term, I'm still looking bullish on this project. I'll explain a little bit more on that as well. I do want to also just kind of disclaim real quick, I'm not a financial advisor. Everything I'm sharing is based on my own opinion. So just keep that in mind. Always do more research, guys. I mean, for anything, go do more research. Don't listen to just one person on something. All right, so we got a couple of the key highlights here. Let's go ahead and go over these. People were wondering about this 10% that's going on whenever you do the transactions, right? So one of the key things that the development team was stressing, that by including that 10% fee, that also helps combat against whales. And if you take a look at a lot of other cryptocurrencies, there's tend to typically be what's called pump and dumps. So when you have a 10% transaction fee in which 5% of that is going to be moved over to the liquidity pool and then the other 5% is going to be redistributed amongst the wallet holders, that tends to help try and dishearten the people that are looking to do large pump and dump type situations, which is what you typically see with stocks, and you typically see this with most of the other cryptocurrencies as well, right? And then oftentimes they even try and kind of double edge it. They short the thing some way, depending on whatever avenue that they go through with that, and they kind of take profits on the way down because they're a huge whale, and then they get back in at the bottom again and doing that. But every time that you would do something like that with this coin, the point is that you're not going to be receiving the full amount of what you have, for one, and that a portion of that will be rewarding all the other people, and then another portion is just going to be gone, right? So that's one of the key things of why they were saying that they were including that. Another bit of news that was included inside of that is that they have officially been listed on MXC. This is the Mandala Exchange, right? So that's one bit of news. And they had also specified that we are expecting to hear within the next 10 hours or so via their Twitter account another exchange to be listed. In addition to that, they have also said that over the course of the upcoming week, as they have been inundated with a whole bunch of outreaches of different exchanges to get their coin listed on there, that they're handling all that. They did not disclose which of those exchanges that there will be, but we are supposed to hear about another new exchange that it will be listed on within the next 10 hours or so. Okay? And then so over the course of the next week, they were recommending, or not recommending, they were suggesting that there should be announcements for, it looks like, over 5 new exchanges in addition to the one that's going to be announced tonight. All right. So also other people were wondering about the transaction fee, how you can actually identify that. So one thing that you can do is go into the transaction history, and that'll actually show you the amount that you received, and you can pan over, or there might be a see more button, something like that, and that'll identify a hash transaction fee. It'll say something around the lines of the fee, and that number is very hard to have a dead set value, because you got to keep in mind that if you try and correlate the price of SafeMoon to, say, the dollar is something that's viewed as a stable coin, right? But when you compare it to something like the Binance coin, well, Binance's coin is also a cryptocurrency, and their price is also fluctuating constantly. So unless you were comparing it directly to the value of dollars and then equating the transaction fee in that format, right, you could be perceiving it and saying wait a second, hold on, was it more with this because of that? You know what I mean? Because the value of SafeMoon is being compared to the BNB on the smart chain, which is technically what a lot of people are using to be able to buy this, and the BNB's price is then correlated to the dollar. You see what I mean? So there's a lot of factors right there that can start to make it seem unusual, but hopefully now you understand that a little bit better. All right, in addition to that is that the Burn wallet is what's getting most of the money that's being distributed to it, and when that money is put in there, that's just it, right? That crypto is not going to be accessed. It's gone. There's no way to be able to access that wallet address. The liquidity pool, something else is that they announced today that they're getting $250 million worth. That's $250 million, okay? That's going to be locked, or it is locked, something like that. So that means that having access to that, having that liquid asset, right? People worrying about the whole rug pull getting pulled out from underneath them is what people have been talking about on Twitter and stuff. That's not the case when you have it in a locked format like that, right? So it becomes more secure, it becomes more trusted, it becomes more validated. Let's see what else it is that they talked about. Again, I tried getting just the key highlights for you guys. They consider themselves as a community-based token. So another thing that I really want to point out to you guys is they've got 1 million holders now, but they just came out, right? This coin literally just came out. We go ahead on over here to CoinMarketCap. It actually shows it back at like March 9th. Today's April 21st. So the growth rate for something like this in such a short amount of time is insane. Some people could look at it as a pump and dump type situation. Sure, if you want to look at it that way, you're entitled to your own opinion. But when you factor in how new this coin is, how much do you really expect for them to be involved into things, right? As a community-based token, which is again what they set themselves off on the launching pad for, if you use that kind of figuratively, something comparable would be like Dogecoin. And people say like, oh, SafeMoon, it's a scam, this and that, because it doesn't have any use cases. Again, it's only been around for like a month. Now you take a look at something like Dogecoin. A lot of people say Dogecoin is also a community-based coin. A lot of people also say it's a scam coin. But let me clarify something for you guys, okay? These are digital-based assets. It's not some physical thing that you're holding and you're being told that, you know, this will cure your cancer or something, right? Obviously, this is designed for one specific thing in mind. When you have digital code like currencies, you can actually make upgrades to these things. Thomas, who is one of the developers that works with the SafeMoon development team, has mentioned that they do have plans in their mind, right? They're working out the details on it of future upgrades that they can do to the protocol system, I guess, with SafeMoon. And if people were thinking right off the bat, like, oh my God, they're going to change things with this, like, oh, then that's already a red flag with things. I'm sorry, but the Bitcoin core team is still making layer adjustments to Bitcoin itself. Ethereum just came out with the Berlin update. You see lots of protocol updates that happens with a lot of different cryptocurrencies out there. And the whole point is trying to layer it to make it more safe, more secure, more efficient, yada, yada. Now, something else is that with SafeMoon, they also, during their live stream, were at a booth down in Miami, and Thomas had introduced several different individuals. These individuals started mentioning some things about the NFT space. Over on the SafeMoon Twitter account, they've already said that they plan on doing an exchange that's going to be involved in the NFT space as well, but this is the ground floor, all right? So the volatility that you guys are going to be seeing, you should equate something like this to penny stocks, right? Again, this isn't financial advice. This is my opinion, my point of view in all of this, but it's a highly speculative, highly risky asset that's just now getting started. It's only a month old. So anyone that's expecting like absolutely insane performances and this and that, they're just now getting started. And I do want to say that also in my opinion, the AMA was very unprofessional, okay? I think Thomas should have had a secured room, or he should have had his guests lined up, and they should have had a scheduled format. They had time to be able to prepare for this. Some of the other individuals came across more professional with their design layout for the actual live stream. Their microphones sounded good, all of that. But handing off the webcam, allowing them to walk around, all those other things, it should have been layered out and planned if they were going to do something like that. But the main emphasis of that live stream was to answer the community-based questions, which they did answer the main key points. I'll give them that kind of credit. They stumbled over it. They didn't sound very elegant or eloquent in the way that they phrase things, and that's why I'm trying to make this video so that you guys get a little bit more clarity on all of the main takeaways from what ended up happening in this conversation. I will also agree, Thomas, man, I don't know if you're watching this video on repeat or not. A lot of the people in the community, they thought you were high, dude. They thought that you were smoking some pot or something and you were getting easily distracted, this and that. So again, I think it would be better if you just kind of had things set up a little bit more organized. I understand that you drove or whatever, but there needed to be some better preparation, some better responses to talking to the community about these things and answering the questions. That AMA did not come across as professional as what it could have. But the project, again, I am very interested in still what this could do and where it could go. And I like the protocol model that they have, which is called the tokenomics, which again is the 5% that goes into the burn, and then the other 5% that's distributed amongst the rest of them. I like the fact that they did now go into this lock pool for the liquidity, right? They're now locking that. So I think that's very good news in regards as well. Puts a lot more trust in this project on top of that. Now, in addition to it, something I want to mention, I can't remember, honestly, if I mentioned this just a little bit ago when I was talking about Dogecoin, but I wanted to keep this up, is that Dogecoin is getting more adoption. Bitcoin, when it first started, didn't have any use cases. People were just trading it. It was all speculative about what it was going to do in the future. And then different people started to accept it, right? So Dogecoin is another example. You can actually see based on this article here, we're accepting Dogecoins for all domain registrations and web hosting. So even though it's a community-based coin, a lot of people say that, it's a scam and don't bother with it. It doesn't have anything special about it. And, I was even one of those people that was talking about the same kind of thing. But if people want it and people are willing to accept it for trade, then it becomes a viable base currency, right? So you can create a comic book for all you want, and it's just a form of entertainment. You could create a pet rock. The pet rock, is it doing anything? No, it's a pet rock with little glued eyes on it. But a lot of people might want it for whatever reason. It's their money. Let them be able to spend it. You understand? So as SafeMoon, if people are wanting to take the risk on something like this, and other companies see that there's more use cases, there's more holders, just keep in mind, there's 1 million holders of SafeMoon now. You understand that? There's 1 million of these holding accounts. That creates an opportunity for brand deals, partnerships, working alongside companies for it to have better chances of acceptance now than, say, something else that is trying to do the exact same thing, but nobody just came into it. You could literally have the same exact thing and one does extremely well and takes off and the other one doesn't. And what are you going to say? The other one was a scam? Well, fundamentally, they're all exactly the same in that principle design. You understand? So please understand that we're still very early. It is speculative. The golden rule of investing, never invest more than what you're willing to lose. If you want to find out more about this coin, I plan on doing future update videos depending on what ends up happening with their coin over time, just to give you guys at least updates into it. Me personally, I am invested into this coin. I'll go ahead and clarify that too. I also want to clarify 85% of my portfolio is Bitcoin. So there's other speculative based assets. This is one. But who knows? People invested early into Bitcoin. All the dips that they had. That's another thing I want to go ahead and point out for people too. Bitcoin has had 80%, 60% corrections. I hope you guys understand that. It's had 60 to 80% corrections. For a new project like this, it has a lower base market capitalization. They just announced that they actually hit $4 billion, which is another huge staple point to keep in mind. And with lower market caps, though, it's easier to move the prices on these things. You got things like short laddering and all that kind of stuff, right? So you take a look at what happened with the AMA. Wasn't the great presentation. During the time of the presentation, you could see the price was going down a little bit. You can actually see the price is starting to recover a little bit now on the 10-minute chart, right? Not a great push back up, but hey, what do you expect? Do you expect it to go up every single day? I mean, if you shoot 300% or something over the course of a 3-day period, it's only logical that people are going to be taking profits. It doesn't mean that it's a pump and dump scam. Everyone's coming out. People want to ridicule it and people want to say, oh yeah, it's a scam. Look, it's a pump and dump. I'm sorry, but when people say that, it makes them look like they're brand new to cryptocurrencies. Huge corrections, huge dips. This is normal in this space. You could look at virtually every cryptocurrency that's out there, and I'm sure you're going to find some point where it had a massive drop and everyone thought it was going to zero, and you got all these different news things that comes out that's either bad with the SEC or it's good with the SEC or it's bad with this, it's good with that, right? It's all over the place. It's an evolving industry that's only 12 years old. So you can't be so critical on something like this and so judgmental when it's so early, right? We just got started with this coin. I would have liked to have seen, I agree with you on this, that it had some kind of principal application to start with, right? But when you again look at Dogecoin and stuff, it's a community thing. It's a meme, right? Does it have any application as a meme? Oh, it's funny. Why is it funny? Because it has a picture of a dog on it? Well, the community ended up making all the other Doge things, and they just basically tag the coin. But the coin itself doesn't generate the memes, you understand? So just keep that in mind. That's my 2 cents on this kind of cryptocurrency. If you guys want to check me out on Twitter, I am at CryptoAtlasYT. Hopefully this recap for you guys got across some of the main points and also kind of clarified a little bit more, at least my take on something like this. And let's see what continues to develop with the project, what kind of partnerships that they line up with it. But it could end up being a great project. If it ends up doing anything like people are saying, oh, it's going to go to $1, it's going to go to 10 cents, a lot of things would have to change to try and hit those kinds of goals. But if we're talking 5-10 years from now, that creates a lot of time frame in which things could change. So let's see what they do with the project, right? They've got 1 million holders. They got 300,000 followers on Twitter. There is a community that's there, that's keeping an eye. You got people that are already involved in it, right? $4 billion is a lot of money to be involved into a project to start with. So hopefully they make some corrections, they improve, they learn from their mistakes of what they had today. They continue to evolve the other things that they got. They share good news with us soon. And let's see what it does. Let me know if you guys agree with me or if you disagree with me in the comments down below. Feel free to share your opinion. I do other videos on other cryptos. Feel free to check those out. I appreciate all of you guys being here. Thank you so much once again. Please don't forget to hit subscribe. Hit the thumbs up like button. Definitely helps us out with the search discovery on YouTube. And click the bell icon so you know whenever we got a new video. And I will see you guys in the next episode.